conversation about Ames's business and his story. It's a great one. So what we found in doing these presentations, as I mentioned, is there are people that just have great stories, and they've been very successful about what they've done, and wouldn't it be interesting to kind of know the backstory to that?
So it all started with, I grew up putting honey on my fried chicken. And as I've gotten older, I like more spicy, so I started putting hot sauce on the honey on the fried chicken, or red pepper flake on the honey on the fried chicken. And then one night, we're having fried chicken, and my wife says, Ames, every time we have fried chicken, you make such a mess. Why don't you make a bottle of spicy honey? So I figured it out. I had a little bottle of spicy honey. And then it became like a household item. The kids started putting it on everything. She started using it for everything. So that bottle got smaller, I made some more. So it became a thing. And then I've been giving away a different product, a food product for Christmas as a holiday gift for years. And I decided this one particular year I was going to give away some of my spicy honey. So I had 100 bottles. I gave 100 bottles away in December. And then in February, March of the following year, people started calling me, or I'd run into people here at Elwood's or wherever, and people would say, oh my God, your honey was so awesome. We put it on everything. We're all out of it. Where can we get more? And I was like, I had a full-time job, and a real job. And I was like, you can't get more. You have to wait till next Christmas. And today, 2.5 years later, without that, I left that full-time job. Not that I can afford to not have a paycheck, but the only way to make this thing happen is to throw it all in like I have. So 2.5 years later, my product sold in over 170 locations in 15 states. Not quite national, maybe there's some national recognition, but my goal is to become national, a national brand. I sell in 3 segments, sell to 3 segments. Wholesale to retail, like Elwood Thompson, and a shout out to Elwood's. They were one of the first customers to bring my product in and to share it with all their wonderful customers. And so I sell wholesale to retail, and I also sell to food service. As an example, Upper Shirley Vineyards. How many of you have been to Upper Shirley? They go through about 1 gallon of my honey a week. Chef Carlisle, the Bannister. My favorite thing he does is he makes a hot honey butter with my hot honey. And he serves it on a lobster It's so good. So I sell to wholesale, retail, food service, and then I'm really trying to work with other food producers who incorporate my honey into their product. So that's sort of a quick overview.
So what's been the most challenging part about growing your business? And 2 years for where you are is...
So the most challenging, so I've had so many challenges, and this is cliche, but it's so true. I'm on a path, and nothing's going to get in my way, just because I'm on the path, not because I'm strong and tough and all that. It's just I know I'm on a path. So the challenges, the challenges for me have really become opportunities. And the only way I can the only way I can move forward is to not let anything in my way. So if I have a challenge, I go, okay, there's something to be learned here, and I'm going through this thing. And I always get on the backside, and I always go, you know what? There was a reason for it. And again, I know this sounds cliche, but I'm just speaking the truth from me, and that's the hard work has not been what I do on a daily basis today, even though there are some things that I struggle with and all that sort of stuff. But the hard part was getting to this place in my life where I was doing something that I love so much. And what that means is not giving up. It means just persevering, just pounding through, just getting through on a daily basis, doing something that maybe you don't really ever want to do for the rest of your life, but you just keep doing it until you get to that place where if you're lucky like I am, you find out, you do get to something you want to do, or that you love.
What's the one thing that you've done? We'll talk about branding and marketing, but what's the one thing that you've done that's been the most impactful to you as an entrepreneur to get you where you are today?
I think, this is really important. For anything that you do, for me, it's being able to sell. You have to sell what you do, right? Nobody else. Maybe someday I'll be able to get someone to help me sell. That'd be awesome. But so that's the most important thing. You have to sell. You have to be able to sell what you do. And I know it sounds simple, but it's so true. There's some people come up with great stuff. They can't. They're not comfortable selling. So it's great to learn how to get comfortable selling. First, the whole idea was, so I had family and friends who were interested in this product. So I was like, okay, there's something to this. There maybe is a market for this in a general sense. So I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to figure out how to put a bar like this on the shelf in a store like this. So there's a whole process I had to go through, the whole legalization process to bring a product to market, a food product to market. And so I went through all that with the help of Barb and the partner. Went through all that. And then it was time to go into the kitchen and produce that first batch. I couldn't do it in my house. You can't do it in your house because I have dogs. So I rented a commercial kitchen. What the hell did I get myself in? I was like halfway through at 2 in the morning. And I said, the worst thing that could happen is the money that I spend on all these bottles and labels and the money and everything. The worst thing that happens is it just doesn't sell and I just lose that money. But it's not like the end of my life. I mean, come on. So, and I'd already created a Facebook page and everything and had a little bit of following. And so I actually worked till about 6 in the morning. I went home and went to bed. And then I went back to the kitchen about noon. And I finished everything, brought it home. Long story, the product was ready for sale. And I put it up on Facebook, and boom, the Facebook lit up. So I was really discouraged there in the middle of the night. It's like, this is not going to work. It's just, what the hell have I got myself into? And then on Facebook, it lit up like a Christmas tree. People like, oh my God, where can we get in it? So anyway, that was awesome. So my intention was to bloom where I was planted. I want to go national, but you just don't go national, right? So I wanted to bloom where I was planted. I wanted to own Richmond with my product. I wanted to be in all the, the great stores, and it is. Not only in all the specialty stores, but also in Wegmans, Publix, and now empty food line stores. But so in order to own Richmond, I want to be in the good, in some great stores, and also
restaurants too.
And restaurants, also restaurants. And so, and then I want to get some media, some press, some buzz, and then take that energy and use that to leverage exposure elsewhere. And yesterday was just, this was actually announced a lot sooner, but it was online yesterday for the first time. With the bourbon product, I won a Virginia Living magazine. You're all familiar with the large 4-color glossy. I won one of their 2018 Made in Virginia Food Awards. And for me, that's like, okay, that's part of me winning Virginia, right? And then using that to leverage off into the Southeast and into the Midwest and so on and so forth. So whatever you do, what I had done is try to bloom where I was planted.
And use that.
Social media, so social media is awesome because it's free, right? Basically, it's free unless you're paying someone to do it. That's not, but there may be more value in paying someone to do it. I do it all myself, but so I'm starting this out and I don't have a lot of money, to do it. I have to put my money in buying the honey, and so I'm doing all the social media myself, which is great because I'm also able to interact with people, but yes, the social media is really huge. You've got to work your social media. I mean, it's free, and there's a way to connect with people out there.
So how many followers do you have on Instagram?
I'm approaching 9,000. So there are different strategies. How many of you use social media that actually run your own social media to promote your business? Okay. So I was doing a tasting up at Green Top Sporting Goods sells my honey because it's a great grilling product in their grilling section. and I was up doing actually it was a big event up there, and all these different vendors like me were up there promoting their products to help sell it through. I'll probably get to that point too, but that it's not just selling your product into a store, but it's having them sell that product through, so they reorder. So anyway, these couple guys, young guys, they make these little phone charger battery things that look like a shotgun shell. And I'm talking to them, and they're neat young guys, and they said, "What's your Instagram?" And I told them, and I said, "What's yours?" And they had like 20,000 followers. I was like, "Oh my God, how did you get all these followers?" And followers are important. It's not just a number, but it's important. You know, you just get that much exposure, and influencers, all that sort of stuff. And I said, "How do you get on?" And they said, "What we've been doing is we go to our competitors' accounts and we like all of their followers." And then that they become their followers, right? And which just makes sense. It's smart because the people are interested in the same category, same stuff. And there's a whole specific strategy around doing that. But that's just one of the tactics that so I go out to competitors. I don't do it so much anymore. It seems like I'm getting likes on a more sort of organic level, not having to be person here. That's right. But I'm sure there's some of you in here that are a lot more, have some great strategies.
So we are running out of time, and I want to be respectful for everybody getting it. Just so you can keep in touch with Ames. Social media, you can buy online, it's a great website, but also buy and eat his product locally. He is always expanding. He has got this really awesome map on his website that will show you all the places that he sells and that his honey is located, so definitely check that out. And I just want to thank you. I could keep you here we should have just a whole day workshop with you.